Hello, and welcome to the Drop a Stitch podcast.
I'm your host, Danny.
And I'm your other host, Natalie.
And today we're talking about crochet trends for 2024.
Yes, good job on remembering to say the title.
I know. I was like, what goes next? What goes next? I remember, see? I'm good today. I'm still going to lose my train of thought at some point.
At least once. That's just what we do.
That's just part of the episode, you know?
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm great.
How was your week?
It was good. It's busy. We're like, you guys are listening to this episode where we're already gone to Chile, but we're actually pre-recording it because we're going to be gone. So we're not bringing everything to do the podcast there. So we're actually leaving in like
2 days.
2 days, 2 sleeps, but not really 2 days. Anyways, it's real soon, really soon.
Bit.
Yeah, so it's like final stretch of like packing and like cleaning up the house and like doing all the errands and everything we have to do. So it's been a busy week, but it's been a good week. It's good.
We basically have to check in tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting. But I'm really happy, like A, for the trip, obviously, but B, that like it's put me on a deadline for so many things that I was like, I need to do this. I need to do this. And it's like, I have to get this done before the trip. Like, we're going to be gone. And it feels like we're going to be gone like an entire month because it's most of February, which is also a small month. But
I know.
It just feels like we're going to be gone for a whole month. So I'm like, I need to get this done. I need to get that done. Like, this can't wait another month. That's ridiculous. I know. So like my to-do list has been massive, but I made so much progress on so many things that I've been just like, I'll do that later. So it's actually really, really good. How was your week?
Good. That makes me think that we work better under pressure, which is
absolutely
not good because then I get fed up of being under pressure, but then I know I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, well, under pressure and like with a deadline, like even if it's not like a general pressure, if it's just like I'm a procrastinator, I'm just gonna not do it until I have no choice but to do it.
Oh yeah,
I know myself, that's what it is. But hey, like you get the little rush of like shit, I gotta get all these things done, and then when it's done, you're like, thank God.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, how was your week?
Yeah, I answering to your question, my week has been good. I mean, just like you, last minute packing, last minute editing patterns, last minute filming and getting things ready to basically things that I can't do in my computer. I need to get them done now. So then if I need little touch-ups or need little things here and there, I can do it in my computer because my laptop. I'm bringing my laptop. But like filming, taking pictures, recording a few clips for reels and stuff like that, everything needs to get done now. And then I can just edit on my phone or my computer, the little things and details that I have left. But other than that, and packing, that has been huge. Like traveling with toddlers, it is no joke. Let me tell you.
Kids, babies is the same. Trust me.
Oh my God! But like, I feel like when I went with Luca, he was 15 months old. I brought so much. It was ridiculous the amount of things I brought, things that he didn't even wear when we went. And when we went with him, we were there for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I brought so many things. And now I'm better at packing, but we still need to remember so many little things. You know?
It's insane the amount of things you need to bring. Like, what I'm finding tough is I've never lived through a summer with a child. Also, my son decided like 2 days ago that it was time to eat foods, like solid food. So I was not prepared to have to bring everything to feed a child, nor do I even know what I'm doing yet. So it's just like, it's a lot. It's a lot all at once.
It's okay. We're going to be together and it's going to be fine. That's the other part that is really exciting is that we're going together. You know?
Yes.
I'm so excited to spend time with you, with Eric, and obviously Theo, and just, I don't know, like have fun even at the apartment, all of us.
Yeah, it's going to be like so much fun. We've never like done something like this before. Like, this is the first time.
The only time we were together, like sleeping under the same roof, other than you living in here for a little bit, was when we went to Calgary.
Ooh, yes. Our Maker Life.
Yeah, that was the only time that we went on like mini vacation, but
it was very short-lived.
It was so short.
Okay, what are you working on?
I am currently making granny squares.
Okay.
A ton of granny squares. So let me tell you a little bit. The past couple of days, there was a horrible fire in my home city where we are going right now. Yes. And not like never before. So there's always fires, forest fires and things like that are obviously not good. But the fire that recently happened was more in the city, populated areas, factories. Literally thousands of people lost their homes. They have nothing. Mm-hmm. So, and we're going there now. So like the whole city, it's kind of like upside down in the sense that everybody's trying to help each other and cleaning up, and the fire is already gone, thank God. And, everything passed, but now they're in like the recovery part and helping the people and doing all of that. So the knitting and crochet community there, they're doing this campaign of crocheting or knitting granny squares to make blankets for the people that lost everything. And
that's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm making just granny squares with the scrap yarn that I have, and I'll make as many as I can from now until we are there. I'm going to bring probably some leftover yarn to crochet there as well. Obviously have to finish so many projects in here, not so many, but a couple of things before going. But I feel like in this instance that we're sitting in here doing the podcast, I can make granny squares. So I just made one.
Nice.
So I'm gonna work on my second one, and I'll make as many as I can and drop them off at the places there. And every little thing helps.
Yes, send me the info of the ones you're making. I'll make some as well.
Yeah, I am making the ones that I did for my blanket. This is the same pattern that I did for my Not Your Abuelita's blanket.
Okay.
I have the graph. I'll send you the graph if you want to make it. It's just like the basic one. It's not the granny stitch. It's just the double crochet stitch. If you're looking on YouTube, you can see the square. I'm showing it on the camera. So I'm making that, and it's got to be 20 by 20 centimeters, which is 8 by 8 inches.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. And whatever, and they recommend obviously worsted weight. So they're all the same, and they're not the like same, bulkies. And I remember one time, unfortunately, because the thing is that it's summer in Chile, so this happened. I think most in every country there's fires in the summer, right? When the heat,
especially with what's happening with the planet right now. Yes.
Yeah. So I think this happened last year as well, somewhere in Chile as well, and they did the same thing. They collected so many granny squares, and they made a ton of blanket for people that lost literally everything. So yeah. What are you working on?
Awesome. I'm actually testing my own pattern right now. I'm working on a pattern that I wanted to publish on my blog. I don't know that I'm going to have my blog done, but I'm working to publish it still before we go. Probably on Instagram for free, and then in my shop. It will be in the blog eventually once I get that up, but I don't think I'll have time to do it before we leave.
Wait, is the one you sent me the other day? Or that you showed me the other day? Okay, you have to have it ready like soon.
I know. I'm trying. That's why I'm like
Day.
Yes, that's why I'm like testing it to make sure everything is good.
Nice.
Because like I made it a while ago, and so I don't remember what I did at all. So I have my notes, so I'm actually redoing it so I can calculate, the amount of yarn and write up all the little info that I didn't write up the first time around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it'll be all done and ready to go.
It's super cute, you guys. So you need to.
Yes.
You need to leave. You can post the link once it's done in the description of this podcast. So
yes,
if you
absolutely.
guys are interested, you can check that out. It's a very cute pattern for Valentine's Day. Do you want to say what it is or not yet?
Not yet.
Well, by the time the podcast goes live.
Actually, by the time this podcast goes live, Valentine's Day is going to be gone. Okay, so I can say. I can actually show. It's missing a part. But it's this tiny little heart lovey. Oh, he's missing a smile, but he's got little feet. He can sit down on his own.
Oh, it's so cute.
Smile.
I love it.
So I'm testing it in a blush pink color.
Ooh.
Just to see,
super cute,
how it would look like, and just make sure everything's good with the pattern.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so we'll leave the link in the description box of the podcast. So if you guys want to make it, Valentine's Day is over by the time you guys are listening to this episode, but it doesn't matter. You can make it for any special occasion.
Yeah, or just anyone you love.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into today's episode.
Yes.
We're talking about trends that Pinterest has, like predictions.
For 2024.
For 2024. Crochet trends that will be, again, trendy on 2024. Popular in 2024. And this is, again, it's Pinterest trend predictions for 2024 based off previous years. So what was popular on 2023, 2022, Pinterest made, these might be popular on 2024.
So this is going to be our take on what we think is in. Yes, we agree. And what we think, nope, should not be a thing, should be out.
Exactly. And also then at the end of our list, because we have a little list, we'll tell you guys personally what we think it should be.
I feel like we should say it as every time we name one. I think we should give our take on it.
Say if it's in or out?
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's begin. Number 1. Enormous crochet flowers.
Yes. What do you mean?
This, I think, because I obviously just seen it too, it means like just big flowers, like just patches, I guess, that you can put on things. That's what I think.
Okay.
And or that you can make things with it or put them on pillows or kind of like, I don't know, patches, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I gather. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah. At first I was thinking like, are we talking like toys, like amigurumi? But then that's further down the list. So that's not what that is. Or are we talking like replicas of real flowers?
Ooh, that could be too. I don't know.
I don't. In or out for you?
Out.
Definitely out.
Yeah, I'm like,
I get the whole boho vibe, but like get a macrame wall hanging thingy. We don't need the enormous crochet flower, whatever that means. No, definitely out.
Definitely out. Okay, next one.
Granny squares.
Ooh,
as you're making one right now. I think granny squares are timeless.
Yes.
But with a twist. Like there's the typical boring granny square, which I personally am not a fan of because it's very holy and I just don't feel like it's great. I personally love like solid granny squares.
Like the one I'm making.
Yes. And yeah, like there's so many ways to make granny squares. Like the options are endless. You can have so many different like designs and whatever. So yes. Granny squares are in, and they can be in for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think granny squares should be in all the time. I love granny squares, and I'm really happy that they are coming back as strong as last year were. And I just love making granny squares. I think it's fun. It's a great way to make blankets without having to bring your whole project. You can make one granny at a time. You can join it with so many different methods. It's just so versatile. And you can make so many things with granny squares, not just blankets. You can create cardigans, pillows, you name it.
Bags, stockings. Like there's people that have made so many things out of granny squares. And honestly, like they're so fun because they work up so quickly.
Yeah.
Because like if you're thinking of doing the blanket row by row, it's like one end to the other and back.
Yeah.
And it takes a while. Whereas granny square is like, oh, I'm just going to make one. Never mind. I made 3. And it's like before you even know it, you've made a whole blanket. It's. Yeah.
The blankets that I made, my patterns that have granny squares, the 2 blankets that I have, literally worked up so quickly because of the same reason. You don't even notice, and you're changing colors and doing different things, and by the time you don't even realize, all your squares are done.
Exactly. It's so fun.
I love granny squares in forever.
Yes, Team Granny Square over here.
Yep. The next on our list is amigurumis and especially crochet toys.
Well, that's funny as I'm working on this amigurumi pattern. So my take is going to be pretty obvious on this one. Absolutely in.
Yeah, I think it's in too.
I think Mama Made Minis are kind of the like trendsetter on this thing. I think they've made it become so popular, and now like everybody is making different versions, different styles, different everything.
I think the moment I'm pretty sure they were the ones that did it for the first time. The idea of using the blanket yarn for amigurumis, for plushies, that was just chef's kiss. That was just the perfect thing you could have ever done. And because they did it, and their plushies are also so unique.
Yes.
It's not like any other animals. It was so unique. I feel like that was just, like Natalie said, what set all these crochet amigurumi trend. And I feel like it was pretty strong last year. I don't know if maybe the year before. 2022?
Yeah, I think it started maybe in 2022 and then like really took off in 2023.
Yeah, 2023 was wild.
Yeah, but you're right. I think the biggest part in that is that it's the yarn. I mean, whether you're using blanket yarn or like any other kind of bulky yarn, because I've seen some with like furry yarn and like many different yarns that are bigger weight. I think that's what kind of amigurumi was very niche, because you needed a very small hook. You need to crochet very tightly so that, you know, your polyfill or whatever didn't show through the stitches. I had tried it, hated it, swore I would never do it again. And now that's most of what I do.
Yeah, and I think too, of course, amigurumis have existed for the longest time. There's so many accounts that were very famous before for their amigurumis, but they were made with either cotton or acrylic yarn, and they're super cute. I have a couple that a couple of my followers gifted when I was back in Chile, when I went visiting, and they are super nice. But the thing that the blanket yarn gives is more a way for kids to actually enjoy it and not be super hard and super like stiff and no movement at all. So amigurumis had been a while forever. People have made multiples of everything, animals, shapes, you name it. Yeah. But it's really the blanket yarn that took the amigurumi to the next level.
It's like it modernized the amigurumi. It took it from this thing that like maybe your grandma made and brought it to something that like anyone can make and you can gift it. Like it also brought it to kids. Like I feel like amigurumi was like before, like with the worsted weight yarn is so much work, so many little stitches, that it was kind of more display pieces that were popular. Whereas now, because, and not that there was only that, because like there is like a whole like, you know, play food amigurumi, there is like dolls, there's all that stuff, but it felt like it was more a like display item rather than like a play toys. Whereas now the plushies, like they work up so quickly, they're soft, they're beautiful, like every kid loves them. It's perfect.
And it's funny because blanket yarn has been around for so long. Since I got to Canada, back in 2015, at the end of 2015. That was the first yarn I seen at Walmart, and I fell in love with it. And I made a blanket that was ridiculously holey because I didn't know what I was doing. Like, I didn't know how, whatever. It was just very ridiculously big. So blanket yarn has been around for a long, long time. And the fact that nobody thought about making amigurumis with the blanket yarn, it's just mind-blowing. It just goes to show you these simple things sometimes just come to your head and it's just a bomb.
And how, like, a simple change, like changing the hook size and changing the yarn weight can completely change what you're doing.
100%. 100%.
But okay, the next one.
Next one is
crochet home decor, like wall hangers and plant hangers.
I think that is in.
I think that's an in as well. I think like the boho vibe, the like we're still in that back to handmade like movement where like for a while handmade was viewed as like something cheap, something that someone was too cheap to buy you something. Yeah, so far from the truth. But I feel like more and more like there's value in handmade, and I feel like wall hangings and like plant hangers and stuff are more and more popular.
Yeah.
It's actually something that I would like to make. I've been wanting to make for a long time is a wall hanger. So
I know. I made one back in the day. I think when I was pregnant with Luca in 2020, I made one that it wasn't completely crochet. It was more, I made one that was a little bit more macrame-ish. And then I made one very pretty that was knitted.
Okay.
So, but I haven't made a crochet one. And I really like it. I really like that, like, boho look.
Okay, I have a plan.
So pretty.
When we come back, perfect spring pattern.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel like when we go to Chile and we go to the yarn store, let's pick, because you can pick yarn for any weight of yarn for that. Yeah. So let's pick yarn, and then let's try to pick the same yarn or the same like weight of yarn, and then do each a design.
How fun. Yes.
Let's try that.
Let's put it in our to-do list. We have we have so many shared lists, you guys.
We're trying to get organized and do things.
We're trying to keep each other motivated.
Yes.
So yeah, I really like that idea, and also plant hangers. I love plants. I have a ton of plants, and I have multiple plants that are hang in each of our rooms. Yeah. I have a hanger with plants in Luca's room, Isa's room, and in our room. I have hooks from the ceiling. I love hanging plants, and I've never made one. Why are you shaking?
Sorry, it's because I was typing, and it's my camera is attached to my computer.
What's happening?
Sorry if you're watching on YouTube and got a little motion sickness there.
Okay. So that's an in.
That's an in, absolutely. And actually, as we said, we're going to try to get a pattern out for you guys.
Let's try it.
Let's do that in the spring.
Okay. The next one is sustainable and eco-friendly yarn items.
What do we mean by yarn items? Like things that you made to be more sustainable, like cotton pads to wash your face kind of thing?
No, I think it's just anything that you're using sustainable and eco-friendly yarn. Let's say, for instance, the yarn that We Are Knitters brought once with paper, I think it was made. Raffia, if I'm not.
Yeah, okay.
So
I see it the other way. I see it using any type of yarn to make something that would prevent you from going out and buying something else.
Sustainable and eco-friendly yarn items. Oh yeah, you know what? It could be like that too. Maybe I'm reading it. Yeah, we're reading it.
I mean, it could be both.
Different.
It could be both.
I think yours make more sense.
But okay, let's go with yours first.
Okay.
Like eco-friendly yarn, recycled yarn. What do we think of that?
So it's good. It's good. Yeah. Oh wait, but look at the bottom. There's another one that says,
Upcycled and recycled crochet project.
So I feel like it could okay. We'll get to that one.
We'll get to that one.
So I like that idea. It's usually pretty soft. The yarn that it's made, the recyclable, sustainable, and eco-friendly yarn. Yes. Michael's has a bunch, and it's usually pretty soft. I don't know how long they last though. And isn't usually like plasticky?
Yes, a lot of recycled water bottle yarns I think Michael has. They're really nice. They're really soft. I don't find them so fun to knit with. I've tried it.
Yeah.
I also feel like with anything Michael's, the yarns, you never know how long they're going to last.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that. And I feel like even with like bigger brands, I feel like they come and they kind of go very quickly. It's not a yarn that's like there to stay. I don't know if it's not even really the price point because like Michael yarns is the same or cheaper than a bunch of other ones. I don't know. Like, I love the idea. I love the idea of supporting that, but I feel like there's not enough variety. There's not enough color choices for it to be something that I'm going to reach for. So I'm going to call that an out for me if we're talking about eco-friendly yarn per se.
Yeah, me too. I don't think I like it. It's the idea. It's really good, but unless they perfection the way they make the yarn to make it actually useful, so if you're making acrylic, make it somewhat soft so people can wear it, or you know what I mean. So,
and have a nice variety of colors, because oftentimes you'll have like 4 colors and they're all like very bold colors that you can't really put together. So,
or unless they make some other kind of material that it's easier to work to make items like baskets and stuff like that. For example, t-shirt yarn that I love. There was a time that I was obsessed with t-shirt yarn. I still have a bunch. Let me show you guys if you're watching on YouTube. I made so many of these baskets with t-shirt yarn, and because of the material, how it is, it doesn't go anywhere. Like it's so sturdy. Like it's just so good. I have so many baskets everywhere. I have another one on my desk over there. I really like them. So that would be the only yarn that is like eco-friendly per se. That it's good, that I like. Other than that, it would be an out for me too.
Okay. And then if we're talking about sustainable items that are made from yarn, whether it's eco-friendly yarn or not, doesn't matter. But like, to remove your makeup, you use instead of a cotton round that you can buy, you make one in crochet and wash it and reuse it. That's the only, like market bags too, like reusable, like a reusable bag you bring to the store, like all these kind of things that you can make with yarn rather than buying something over and over again. In or out?
I think that's an in. I really like the idea, and I love using yarn thingies. Like I was making not too long ago washcloths, dishcloths, because they are so good and so underrated. I feel like dishcloths are the most underrated project ever.
Yeah.
And they are so good. I usually get these plasticky, foamy cloth to wipe the surfaces and stuff. They get stinky so quickly. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
They get stinky all the time. But the crochet ones made with cotton, they don't. And you can wash them over and over again. You can use them as many times as you want to clean anything that you need. Throw it in the washing machine. They come out as good as new.
Yeah, and they last forever.
They last forever. You can use the scrap yarn that you have.
Yes.
And they are just so much better for the environment. So I feel like it's an in for me if we can use or scrap yarn to make things like that are actually useful, not just make something for the sake of it and then not use it.
Yes, and that's kind of the key there. It's an in for me as well. I actually made cotton rounds that I used them for a while, and then
I think you showed me.
Yeah, I think so. And Honestly, like anything you can make that prevents you from buying stuff that it saves you money. You make it once and then you don't have to buy it every like month.
Yeah.
And B, it's just better for the planet. So yeah, I'm like, that's a thing that I'm doing in my life in general, trying to find ways where I can kind of cut like cost by buying stuff, but B, and like not having to worry about like, oh, do I have enough? Like, do I need to buy? Like, just that in itself is great. But then also like knowing you're doing something good for the planet and not wasting so much is so cool.
I know. Yeah. That's a big in for me.
Yes, absolutely.
Next one.
I love that you're saying this one.
Am I saying this one? No, you're saying this one.
Okay. Chunky crochet blankets. In
all the time, forever and ever. Amen.
Yes. Though for me, I don't like when they're all like they're too holy. I still like some patterns are like just like the massivest hook, and it just like the arm knitting thing. It looks really pretty. It's not fun to use.
Oh, it's so
because
heavy.
it's heavy and it's like it's holy. Like I'm cold and I want a blanket, I want it to keep me warm. I don't want to feel the air going through.
Yeah.
So but like chunky blankets, yes, forever.
All the time. I am obsessed with chunky blankets. I have made multiples. I have another one in here that it's coming with me to Chile to finish it for another pattern.
You're bringing a whole blanket to Chile?
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, girl.
And I have another 2 ideas that are written and that are happening. So 3 more chunky blankets coming your way because I just love them. I love them so much.
Yes. For me, like, as long as you have blankets in the world, it's like a yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love knitted and crochet blankets. Yeah. It's a yes.
I need to make more knitting blankets. I have not made, I have some baby blankets that are knitted, but I don't have like big blankets.
Adult versions?
Adult versions, yeah. I should do it. I'll probably do it soon. It's just I love crochet with the blanket yarn for blankets.
Yes, it's so much quicker.
Yeah. So, huge in. That's not even a question for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, next one. Crochet jewelry.
That's
what
a no
do you
for me.
think about that?
That's a no for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
It can look good on some people, absolutely. For me personally, I like my jewelry. I barely wear any. And the ones that I do wear is very, very simple, very, very minimalistic. Like, I can wear it every single day and it looks good with everything. I'm not a statement person. Like, I don't do statement earrings or anything like that. So for me, that's a no. Yeah. It's great for some people, just not for me.
Yeah, I was going to say some people just have that style, that more like boho style. And it looks great. For me, it's a no as well, just because same reason, I don't do that. The thing with Natalie and I is that we have pretty much identical style.
Yes.
Like it's so funny because we literally have the same pieces in our wardrobe.
Yes, like the sweater you're wearing, I have in green.
Yeah.
And the sweater I'm wearing, you have in a bunch of colors.
Oh, yeah. It's so funny because, like, sometimes when she comes to my place, I'm always wondering if we are going to look the same. And sometimes we do.
Yeah, it happens very rarely, though. I'm kind of surprised. Yeah. Considering the amount of items that we own that are the same.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised it doesn't happen more often.
It doesn't happen more often. Yeah, I know. But, yeah, so, like, we have very, very similar, if not the same taste and style. Yes. So I also wear very minimum jewelry. I just have my pieces that I wear all the time. So I don't wear also statement pieces like Natalie was saying. So like it's not something for me, but I've seen some that are very beautiful that people crochet with teeny tiny, almost like dental floss thread. And they are very, very beautiful, just not for me.
Yeah, they are really, really beautiful. I can attest to that. But
and the patience to make it too.
Oh man, yeah.
That
good for you if you do this.
Yeah, I know. Just not for us.
Not for us personally, but it looks great on some people, honestly.
Next one in our list.
Next one is designs with geometric designs.
Designs with geometric designs.
Geometric designs, let's just call it that.
Yeah.
I think those are becoming super popular. I agree that is a trend. I actually like a lot of them. I don't know, however, how long it's going to last. I feel like it's going to fade fairly quickly, like another year or two, and it's going to be gone. Yeah. I don't think that's going to stay. But I definitely think it's an in. I think they look good. They're fun. There's a few that I've been wanting to make. So I'm going to say an in for me.
I have to say it's an out for me.
Okay.
I don't like there's some that look really nice and they are beautiful designs out there, but to me the fact that I need to be kind of like making a puzzle to create a shape out of a shape, let's say to create a square out of something other than a circle, is just, I don't know, just my brain doesn't find that fun. You know?
To like design or to make in general? Like, would you make a pattern that's already done and you just have to like follow, or are you talking more about designing, or both?
I would, but the thing is that I find that would be that would require a lot of my attention.
Yes, definitely. It's not a project that you can kind of do eyes closed, for sure.
Yeah. So like, I don't know if I would make one. Even if the pattern was out there.
I'm going to be honest. I've looked at a few, and I don't know why I'm sticking more to blanket in this category. Like
me too.
I'm not picturing anything else. I like the look of a few of them. There's a few that I've seen that I was like, ooh, I would do that.
Yeah.
Will I actually do them? Probably not ever, honestly. But I do like the look of them.
Yeah. So I really agree that it's an in, because I've seen it, like you said, everywhere, but it's an out for me. I don't know. I wouldn't make it.
I would like to if I had all the time in the world.
Oh,
it's not going to realistically happen.
Yeah. The next in our list is crochet footwear, like slippers and sandals.
Wasn't that like 2020?
I know. I
feel like we've seen this.
Last year I even seen it a little bit. But I feel
like that's a no. I feel like that's been there and it's been done.
Yeah.
I don't foresee that coming back. I mean, I may be biting my words later on this
year,
summer
when everybody's making sandals.
Yeah, to me, like, it's so much work to put into something that's going to get dirty, muddy, that's going to like, no.
Unless you're using like the sustainable and eco-friendly yarn.
Yeah,
I mean, you don't care.
Yeah, but all the time you put into it. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if we're talking like slippers, maybe more. But then again, like I made a couple pairs of slippers with crochet and they're not comfortable to walk on.
No?
Knitting is better. The stitches are softer, but with crochet, the thickness of the stitch is just not comfortable. There's one pair I literally couldn't stand to wear.
Oh.
And
I didn't even know you made one.
Yeah, like a long time ago. But no. I know. I'm not a fan.
It's an
out for me.
It's an out. Yeah, I have to agree too. There is a Spanish crochet influencer as well that she was very famous back in the day. I honestly haven't followed for a long time, so I don't know what she's up to now. But she used to make a lot of sandals called, like, I don't know how they're called in English. They're alpargatas in Spanish. They're with these like kind of like cork bottom.
Are you talking like flip-flops?
No, it's not a flip-flop. It's more like I don't know the name. Anyway. But it's with this like no cork material, the bottom. It's more like jute maybe.
I don't know what that is.
Like these, it's like this cord kind of thing.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, I can kind of picture the style of shoe you're talking about, but
yeah.
There was a girl that was very, like, known for doing, like taking flip-flops from a store and then removing the flip-flop part, like that holds it to your foot, and then punching holes and then turning those into like footwear. But like the fact that you have holes in your shoe to me doesn't make sense from the get-go. I was just like, nope. She had ways of like filling it, but I was just like, no, I don't.
Too much work.
I don't know. Just in general, footwear, no. It's a no.
Yeah, I think it's an out for me too. I don't see it coming back again. I don't know why Pinterest is saying that it will. But yeah, also
hopefully
an out for me.
Pinterest, you just don't push this on people.
I'm hoping that you're wrong.
Yes,
because I really don't want to make that. Don't make me make it because I don't want to.
No,
just don't.
No. I feel like we should do a recap at the end of the year to see if we changed.
That would be a good
idea. If we changed our opinions, if like, you know how sometimes you're like, you're resistant to trends, and then when you see it everywhere and you see it looks so good on so many people, you're kind of like, okay, fine, I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see if that's what's going to happen with us here. So.
Well, we should do an episode and see if they were in or not.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Okay.
But in the meantime, what about the next one?
Ooh, I'm happy that you're saying this one.
Temperature blankets and scarves.
And she just released her scarf temperature.
Yes.
Temperature scarf.
My temperature scarf. That one is a knit one that I made a few years ago. I finally released the pattern.
I have it, don't I? Did I give it back to you?
No, you gave it back to me.
Okay.
No, I have it. I left it at our house for a while.
I know.
But yeah, I think scarf is a fun take on temperature blankets. I think.
Yeah.
To me, because I've made it, and it, like, temperature blankets, they're not getting old, but I feel like we need to be more innovative with how we make them. So yeah, I feel like there's so much room left to grow in this category. And I think it's so much fun to not pick the colors and just kind of see where it goes. And like, we could be, 4 people doing the same exact pattern with the same exact colors. And just where we live will completely change the look of the blanket. And that, to me, that's so cool. So definitely an in. In fact, if you listen to our previous episodes, we are planning on making some for our kids' first year. So definitely an in, because we're going to be making more.
Yep, I agree with that. It is an in for me. I really like it. I love temperature blankets. I love looking at all the different designs, especially obviously Nat was pretty much one of the first one making a temperature blanket. And then Tony just took it off with all of her patterns every single year that she makes. So like it's super fun watching her making different designs every year. And it's definitely an in. Like, I really want to make one. I started one for Luga, and then I left it, and now I want to start it again with different yarn. But yeah, it's totally an in for me. And also scarves, I think they're really fun as well, and it's a very nice way to like incorporate colors too into your scarves.
Yes, and it's so much quicker to make than a blanket, so it's a really fun twist. If you've made a blanket before, you don't want the commitment of a whole blanket, it's a really fun twist to make it so much quicker.
So yeah, definitely an in for me. Perfect. Now, in the next category, we have festival and boho crochet items. And in this case, we are referring, I think, more like Coachella, those...
yes.
Is that how you say it? Coachella?
Coachella, yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm picturing like crochet crop tops.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah,
like,
definitely.
Obviously. They're a no for me. Personally, because I just had a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm also not like in my 20s, and my body is not what it used to be. I think they look super cute on so many people. I really, really like them on people. It's just not something that I would have the guts to wear on myself. Yeah. But I do like them. I do think they look really cute. And I mean, not for me. So an out for me, but an in for everybody else who can rock it.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't wear it. I actually have a couple of patterns. I don't know if I have them in English. Sorry, guys. I think they're in my Spanish channel where I started making my crochet patterns, and I have a couple maybe crop tops, and I used to wear them a lot. They were so
really
cute. Oh yeah, I have pictures and everything.
Oh my God, I want to see this. Maybe we need to add a picture in the show notes once we get those done.
In here. Yeah.
Perfect.
It I really like it, and it was super easy, and I used to wear them all the time for just my day-to-day life. But same with you, life happens, then we had our babies, our bodies are not the same, and I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing those. But if I ever feel comfortable wearing it again, I would definitely wear it. They are very nice, especially you can make so many different designs. You can make them longer, you can make them, different styles. So I think they are they're in for everybody else, not
yes,
for me.
For anyone who has the guts to rock it. But then you need to translate your patterns to English so all
I
the
should
people
translate
can make
it. Yeah,
them.
I should.
You definitely should.
I think I will. It's
patterns.
A very old pattern though. It's from like 2016, but I can definitely tweak it and translate it for everybody that wants to make it. It was a very simple pattern, so cute too.
Then you should do it.
Yeah. So my question for you, friend, should we do a part 2, or should we continue until we finish and make this the episode that's gonna be longer?
Like well, I feel like considering the fact that we are only about halfway, I said let's make a part 2 because it's going to be a really long episode if not.
Yeah. Okay. So we are halfway through our list. We will be making part 2. So stay tuned, you guys, because the next half it's also really interesting.
Yes.
And super
so we'll be
fun.
back next week with those.
Yes. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And please rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello, we have video again. Our lightings are kind of funny today for some reason, but we'll fix that as we go. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yes. Have a good week, everyone.
Have a good week. Bye.